Earlier this week, President Duterte met with health experts to get their take on the ECQ and how to prevent the further spread of COVID-19. Among them was former Health Secretary, now Chairperson of Health Futures Foundation, Dr. Jaime Galvez. Dr. Galvez now joins us on the line. Doctor, good morning. Thanks for speaking with us.
Good morning, Bria. Yes, happy morning to you.
Doctor, could you tell us about the meeting with the president last Monday? What did he say about possibly extending or lifting the ECQ?
He didn't say anything, but what I'd like to say is that all of the experts that were invited were of the opinion, generally, to calibrate or modify the ECQ by May 1. So that was the majority recommendation of all the health experts that were invited. And the president was just pleased. There was no
Dr.
decision
Galvez
there. Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Yes. No, you, please. Ria. Yes, Ria.
Yes. Doctor, you mentioned modification of the ECQ. What would a modified community quarantine look like?
Well, right now, the Philippines, this was the presentation also. Okay, the Philippines here will be divided into red zone, orange zone, and green zone. And red are still those hot spots for COVID, and you have orange, those that are just mildly, with a mild number of cases, and green are those with still no cases. And each of these three zones, for example, I mean, if I'm going to give you an example, Visayas, Mindanao, except for Metro Cebu and Metro Davao, would be on the green zone, while Luzon, while indeed all red, but some areas like Bicol, Ilocos Region, Cagayan Valley, are considered orange. However, Metro Manila, Central Luzon, Southern, and Calabar Zone are still considered red. There will be guidelines for each color of the zone. Yes, Ria.
Doctor, what do you expect the president will announce later this morning at 8 a.m.?
I expect the president to announce a calibrated, or what I call selective or modified, whatever is the right word, that will be used. And as I said, the wisdom, I think this is also part of the cabinet presentation last Monday, that this will be the one to be followed. Now, each category of provinces or cities have their own health behavior or health standards that will be followed, as well as key industries. Okay, key industries were also classified into four. That there is definitely a yes to food industries, agriculture, fisheries, and those involved in essential activities like banking, of course, finance, groceries, etc., and all that. And then on the other side, on the no-no, that will still not be open, will be cinemas, those that will deal with large crowd, concerts, big celebrations, sports, and etc. Yes. So far that will be, in terms of classification of the work, there is also a red or very red work, no, and a green one, as well as orange and blue. So more or less that we expect.
Doctor, as a former health secretary, do you think that our healthcare system can handle COVID-19, and what should be done for our healthcare system to recover as well?
For now, we still need to do a lot of things, and for example, installing more COVID testing areas. At the same time, doing also. There has to be also some research on the use of the rapid testing, but this will have to be done together with PCR and some other essentials. For example, like if you're going to have industries working, I think employees will need a chest X-ray because it also will validate any false negatives or even an oximeter. So I mean, there will be safeguards, and in terms of health system, we need more PPEs, and I think the Department of Trade and Industry, Secretary Ramon Lopez announced that there is a public-private partnership with regards to local manufacturing of PPEs. So those are the two things needed, and at the same time,
All right.
we need to continue in terms of educating our doctors, nurses, midwives, etc.
All right.
Yes,
Dr.
Leah.
Jaime Galvez, thank you for your time this morning.